Before we start the video, I want to give a big shout out to my KOG members of the month, Ryan McDonough, Nero Diamond, and Blue Cat. You guys are awesome, just saying. If you want your name here, consider hitting that join button for exclusive channel benefits. How's it going, guys? RNG Life here, and today, Aster's back. Professional Aster is here, and yeah, man, he's got some interesting, an interesting boost to his deck. His deck is now, like, actually kind of tough. Also, sorry this video took so long to put out. For like straight up 4 hours, I could get nothing but level 30s. It was weird, but at least in that time, I got to research a lot of different decks that will actually work against him. So we're gonna be showing off 3 different decks that you can use to farm Aster Phoenix and get 8,000 points. So let's go ahead and talk about his cards, his rewards first. Sure, he's bringing back a lot of his old stuff, but out of everything, only 2 of them are new. And let's go over the first one, which is Apparition. Apparition is not a bad card, actually. I read it. I was like, you know what? This card could be pretty interesting. If a face-up hero monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon 1 level 4 or lower vision hero monster from your deck. Then you can have the original attack and defense of 1 monster your opponent controls, and you can only activate this card once per turn. But I think that's pretty cool because basically if you were to lose a hero of any kind, doesn't matter what hero it is, a Destiny hero, Elemental hero, Vision hero, doesn't matter. If a hero dies, this summons a Vision hero from the deck. So it works really, really well in a Vision hero deck. And it also messes up your opponent's monster's stats because it will also cut them in half. So I think that is also pretty nice. I think it's alright. It's a little slow, but I will give it that. It is a little slow, but I still think it's a pretty cool card if you guys are new to the game and you want to try out some heroes, some masked heroes at least. So that's pretty cool. He's also bringing D-Counter. D-Counter is a card that I think he's had for a while now. It's a pretty standard card. It's basically when a Destiny hero monster you control is targeted for an attack, destroy the attacking monster. It's a very situational, like, what is it, Sakuretsu armor, basically. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, it's an alright card if you're free to play and you just don't have any options and you want to play some Destiny heroes or something. Yeah, sure, man. Go ahead and try to get this card. As for the other cards, he's got cards like D-Mind and stuff. We've already played and we've already gotten a lot of these. So if you're trying to get these, I mean, best of luck to you. But I already have like 7 copies of most of them at least, or at least 5 and 5. 7 copies of this. So yeah. But whatever. Let's go ahead and talk about the decks I'm gonna be using today. All right, the main deck that I'm gonna be using is my Lunalight farm deck. Now, this is a deck that summons, or actually fusion summons, a lot of really big monsters. It's pretty good. It's a really, really good deck. You can summon a monster that's just undestroyable by battle, so they can basically never take out your Cat Dancer because one thing I have noticed is Aster is a straight-up, full-on Unga Bunga player. He doesn't have much to try to actually destroy your cards, your monsters and stuff. So yeah, you could pretty much just sit on an unkillable monster and you'll be able to stall. That is one thing you can do, but he does have a lot of ways to like draw cards and stuff. Or not a lot, but he does have certain cards that let him kind of rush through his deck. So you do need an archetype that can kind of search a lot and do a lot of things. Now, this is why we're running Lunalights. Lunalight's got cards like Emerald Bird, which you can discard your Yellow Martin to get a free search, to get a free draw. You get a bunch of effects. It's really, really nice. So you get to kind of go through your deck a lot. If you don't, I mean, this deck is very budget, by the way. So if you don't have a lot, like 2 Yellow Martins, you can probably get away with 1, but it'll be a little bit more difficult to get all your searches and whatever. But trust me, this card is actually pretty good in this deck. You got Lunalight Reincarnation Dance. Now, I'm using this card because if you don't have all your copies of Yellow Martin, I decided to throw these in because it's a much easier like card to use when you're free to play. You just say, screw it, if my monster dies, I get to use my trap card, add 2 Lunalight monsters to my hand. So that is really, really nice. Also, Yellow Martin can search Reincarnation Dance. Now, I'm only using 2 copies of Martin. You can run 3 if you want. It would actually help speed up the deck, but for the sake of the video and being balanced, I'm running 2. You can also run 1, but like I said, you might have to run a 3rd copy of Reincarnation Dance. But yeah, so as for the rest of the deck, we're using the Gravekeeper Vassal engine, so we got to use Vassal, Union attacks, and the Secret Pass. We're using 3 copies of Crimson Fox, 3 copies of Emerald Bird, and 3 copies of the White Rabbit. Now, why am I running these cards in particular? Because they're Lunalights in name, and some of them actually have pretty cool abilities. I actually really like White Rabbit's ability to bounce back certain cards that my opponent has. For example, I think one of the only ones you gotta be careful with is Minimum Ray. That card is utter cancer. I hate it. It's a vision hero that's in the back row, and if you have a level 4 monster or lower on your field trying to get the boosts with your union attacks, and he could just like summon that guy and destroy your monster, and that is not cool. I don't like that. So that's why I'm like, yeah, you know what, Rabbit is pretty good for like getting stuff bounced back. Also, when Rabbit is summoned, it pulls out another Lunalight, so that is also really good. So it could be really helpful. You are using 3 copies of Lunalight Fusion. You should have 3 copies of this, but if you don't, I guess you can run Poly. Poly would also work, but yeah, all you're really doing is summoning your Cat Dancer, and you're summoning Cat Dancer, and then on the last turn you summon Saber Dancer, or at least before the last turn, but you're summoning Saber Dancer. You don't need 2 copies of Saber Dancer. If you really wanted to cut this down, you could probably run like 1 and 1. But I would probably run a 2nd copy of Dancer if you got him. At least the Cat Dancer. I think they're both dancers. But yeah, that's the deck. So the other one, I'm going to show you guys a really quick screenshot of the decks that I was using. You can also use YuGiOh. YuGiOh also works. YuGiOh's pretty consistent for farming mostly anybody, especially a tier 0 Unga Bunga player like Aster over here, who really doesn't do anything else aside from attacking. YuGiOh's perfect for him. It's super easy. I didn't want to make another YuGiOh video though, but you can use YuGiOh, and it's probably going to be more consistent than this deck. I'm just saying. And then you can also use this deck if you are supremely free to play, kind of. So this is a Cloudian deck, and I've used it in the past. It is one of my go-to farm decks. It's really nice. It's a good farm deck. You can also try that. Maybe try switching some cards around, because if you have more of the counter trap, you can try that. If you have less, you can start messing around with some of the numbers of cards you're running. Maybe add more ladybugs, maybe add less ladybugs. Up to you, but whatever. Let's go ahead and get this guy started. We're gonna take him on with our Lunalight deck. Alright, here he is, Aster Phoenix. We got Blair because I think she just has restart. So I literally gave it to whoever has restart that's in GX world. So yeah, let's see what we got in our opening hand. That is a lot of monsters, not many. I mean, I can deal with this hand. I'm gonna say no. Now, let's go ahead and get things started. Basically, it all comes down to you summoning your easiest to summon Lunalight, Cat Dancer. You can summon Cat Dancer, you basically win. All you gotta do from then is stall. So now we got a Rabbit over here. I think what I'm gonna do right now is probably, I don't know, I could just summon Emerald Bird and try to get lucky. It's a little risky, it really is, but I could do that. I could also just beat down with Crimson Fox, which is not a bad play at all, because it might force him to kind of go aggressive. So let's see what he got rid of. He's got a Celestial in the grave. Cool. You know what? I'm gonna beat down with Fox right now. I don't know what his defense is. It's probably not that big. Alright, so cool. We got rid of that small lad. Now let's see what he's got. If he goes super aggro, which he's definitely going to do because he's got Violon or Vion. Yeah, so he's probably going to add a Poly. He's going to go for a Fusion. If he goes for the 5,000, I'm screwed because his hand is not the best. But we'll see what we got, though. Adoration, I am fine with Adoration, dude. Yeah, sometimes, that's what I'm saying. That's why YuGiOh is more consistent than this deck. Sometimes you need that opening draw to be perfect. There's the Yellow Martin. It looks like I have officially set up the play. I've got Bird. Bird will now get rid of my Martin. So get in the grave and get... Oh, look, I picked up a pretty good card, too. Yellow Martin is going to get me a search. Remember, we can search a trap if we want. But in this situation, I need a fusion. If I can get a fusion off, I will be all set. So... let's go ahead and pull this out right now. Whoa, what am I doing? I'm an idiot. I completely forgot to bounce back the Martin. Dude, that's just because I've been trying to do this for the past like 4 or 5 hours and it just wouldn't work. So yeah, dude, that'll happen. But hey, I can use stuff from the deck though, so that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and mill out from the deck. I think I want to send away... I don't know about Crimson Fox. I think I'd rather just say screw it. Get Fox in the grave, dude. It doesn't matter. I'm going to send Fox and a Rabbit. Yeah, dude. I'm messing up so much right now. Don't follow my actions, even though this video is intended for you to guys follow my actions. But you don't want to deal damage to him. You'll take you'll get 1,000 less points. But I'll say yes either way. Might as well. Weaken this guy. Now I'll go ahead and bounce it back. So cool. By the way, this is an okay play because I get my Martin back on the field, and I do get to use my trap card. So you know what? All in all, it worked out. it worked out okay. Yeah, it all worked out perfectly, because now I get to use this. And it gets to search me 2 cards, so I get to literally thin my deck out, and that is amazing. So we get to add Yellow Martin and another bird, so that's really, really nice. So yeah, now all we gotta do is pretty much stall. Okay, and it is now the last turn. Like I said, with this deck, once you have the defense position Cat Dancer, you don't really have to worry about much. You pretty much have the win as soon as you can get this monster out. But yeah, right now, what I'm going to do is I'm pretty much just going to go for a super aggro W right now. One thing I did, just to style on him, for the sake of the video, it's not something I do normally, but I can do it, and I will do it in this situation. As you can see, my monster's a little reduced, but I have my other monster, and I did fuse using 2 copies of the big Whammon, dude, the Saber Dancer. Now, she's in the grave, so I can use her effect to give somebody a huge boost. So let's go ahead and summon our Vassal. He doesn't have back row. He doesn't have anything I have to worry about. Now, you don't have to worry about his monsters. You can literally not attack a single monster this whole game, and that's fine as well. But what I'm trying to do is use my Secret Pass, so I can make my small lad attack directly. I'm going to be using my Union attack, so we can give our boy his slight boost. So that's pretty cool right there. I'm going to go ahead and use both of them. So, now that we got this guy all unioned up, I'm going to put her in attack position, and I'm going to use from the grave the ability of my Saber Dancer. This should be giving somebody like 3,000 plus attack, so I can go ahead and say, oh, you know what, this 1,200, now that's like a 4,000, I believe, so that's pretty cool. Now I can go ahead and enter battle, and yeah, man, the Vassal gains all those boosts. Now, you don't need to do that. That is just for the extra flex, just to show how much power this deck has. But yeah, let's go ahead and claim that them rewards, and let's see if we get anything good. But let's go ahead and check on that score. Alright, and we got 8,300 points. Very nice. So there you guys have it. I got mostly gold, which is trash. Konami, stop giving us gold. We don't want gold. There's nothing, or at least give us something to spend our gold on, because what is a card trader? Once you have 3 of everything, there's no point. And once every like month or 2, we get a new card. Buying 3 copies of that new card is nowhere near enough anything to spend our gold on. So yeah, dude, this rainbow chest right here, that could have been an actual SR UR card, or a new card. At least his reward cards. I don't think he has URs, but that could have been something good. But instead, I got, what, 10,000 gold? Terrible, dude. Absolutely terrible. But whatever. That's pretty much that. Let me know what you guys think of the deck or decks, if you guys have used any of the previous ones. For example, I think the way it works is YuBell has the highest win rate, implying that you have a pretty good opening hand, which you usually do with YuBell. This deck is a pretty decent win rate as well. Literally, it just comes down to fusion summoning your Cat Dancer, and she's really, really easy to make. So if you have her turn 1, you basically win. And then it comes down to my Cloudians, which they're a little bit sketchy. They're a little bit more of a grind. So if you want to challenge, sure, but I mean, if you just want the rewards, you probably are better off just using YuBell. But I didn't want to make another YuBell video. But whatever, that's pretty much that. And if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Duel Link shenanigans. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today. Have a great day, and